Some of the biggest companies online use lead magnets to grow their email list every single day. Think about how often you see free guides, quizzes, calculators, or even discount codes. They're everywhere for a reason. They work. The problem is, most people spend ages trying to think of what to create, or they build something that sounds nice, but no one actually wants. So in this video, I'll show you 5 AI tools that can help you to create high converting lead magnets quickly, including an additional tool that tells you what kind of lead magnet you should create in the first place. Let's jump straight in. Now, before you create anything, you need a good idea. And this is honestly where most people get stuck. So instead of guessing, I built my own app called OfferIQ. And the app then gives you multiple lead magnet ideas that actually make sense for your specific audience. Sure, you could do this with ChatGPT, but OfferIQ goes a few steps further than this. It doesn't just give you a list of ideas and leave you hanging. It also suggests the best format for each idea. For example, whether it should be an ebook, a checklist, a mini software app, a video resource, or something else entirely, all based on what would likely convert best for your audience. And it even gives you practical creation tips, so you're not starting from zero. OfferIQ then gives you a visual funnel map you can use to build your funnel, and even a complete 7-part email follow-up sequence all written for you. And it's not only lead magnets you can create with this. You can also use OfferIQ to generate digital product ideas, complete with recommended pricing, grading on how well the offer is likely to convert, landing page copy, emails, funnel strategy, and so on. So the goal here is to remove the biggest bottleneck, which is indecision and not knowing what to do next. And it will be released hopefully by the time this video goes live. The link will be in the description box below this video. If the link is not there yet, then check back in a day or so, and OfferIQ should be live and ready for you to use yourself. So inside OfferIQ right here, you can choose to generate lead magnet ideas or digital product ideas. Let's just stick to lead magnets for now. And you first enter your niche, let's say real estate, and then your target audience, let's say first-time buyers. And now here you can tell OfferIQ your primary goal. So grow your email list, attract buyers, build authority, or generate leads quickly. Let's stick with grow your email list. And then you can choose how many ideas you want OfferIQ to come up with. Let's keep this on 5 for now. Click generate ideas. And now OfferIQ is going to come up with lead magnet ideas specifically targeted to this niche and this target audience. Okay, that took about 25 seconds. And OfferIQ has come up with 5 different lead magnet ideas right here. And for each lead magnet idea, OfferIQ will give you an idea as to how easy or not so easy it is to create this lead magnet, as well as a recommended tool to use to create it, and also some extra tips. So if you start to like the look of this idea, you can click on this button here to view the scorecard. Now right here, OfferIQ will give this idea a rating out of 100 as to how well it thinks it's going to convert for this particular audience. But it will tell you some more information like why this lead magnet will be effective, give you some ideas for hooks and angles, as well as different suggestions for the name. And also down here, you can generate landing page copy. So this is the copy that you'll use on the opt-in page where you'll display this lead magnet. So if I click on generate landing page copy, OfferIQ now comes up with 4 different styles of copy. And the first one is direct response. Second one is problem agitate solution. Third is how to benefit without pain point. And the fourth is authority, expertise, and guidance. So if we click on any of these, we'll see the outline for this particular style. And then we also have this option right here to get an in-depth prompt right here to create this landing page copy. So you can then just copy this prompt and put it into ChatGPT or Claude, so it can then write the landing page copy for you. And then next we have the strategy tools. So right here, we can click this button to generate the funnel map strategy. And now OfferIQ will now outline the funnel strategy to use for this particular offer. And then further down, there's more information on each stage of this funnel to help guide you in getting this set up the right way and quickly. And at the bottom, there's a few tips and also common mistakes to avoid. Now, if we go back to the scorecard, go down to the bottom again, we also have this button right here to generate your entire follow-up for you. So this will now create a 7-part email follow-up sequence with all the emails fully written for you. And I've programmed OfferIQ to write the emails in a tone and style that's appropriate for the niche and target audience. So if you're creating products, for example, therapy niche, then your email tone and style is going to be written very differently to how they would be for someone in the fitness niche or the finance niche, for example. Anyway, here we have all our emails right here. And if I click on one of these, this is the first one. For email number 1, we've got a choice of 3 different subject lines. We've got our opening hook, which is already in the email, and then the whole email written out for you right here, and a choice of 3 different call to actions for this email. And then the same for email number 2 is the email, and same for number 3, and so on. So you can download all these emails right at the bottom, export it as a PDF, or you can copy paste directly from here into your email platform of choice. Then coming back to our scorecard, scrolling right down to the bottom, we also have this execution blueprint. So if you're deciding you want to go ahead creating this product, Now Offer IQ will create a blueprint or roadmap with a step-by-step guide leading you through the process to get this product created as quick as possible. So here you have each of the different steps with tips at each stage, some recommended tools you might want to use to create your lead magnet, and some practical tips. And again, you can download this as well to your computer. Now, if you're liking this idea and you want to go ahead with it, you can click this button to save it right here to your favorites page. And we can also click this button right here to add it to our project management dashboard. So if I come to the top, we'll see our favorites page right here. If I click on this, now you can see I've actually got 2 lead magnet ideas in here. This is another one I was playing around with earlier. And now if I go to my project management dashboard, there's now also an offer creation pipeline, which works similar to Trello or Asana. So at the beginning, you can have all your ideas in the ideas column. And then once you want to start creating one of them, you can move it along in the creation process, in which case this is going to be very handy for you to stay on track. And going back to the Offer IQ homepage, if you were going to create digital products, I'm not going to go into detail on this now because this video is about lead magnets, but just so you know, you can use this tool to generate ideas for low ticket products or mid ticket products or even high ticket products or a combination of all 3. Offer IQ will generate the number of ideas you want, also give you suggested pricing for the product, as well as the blueprint and everything else I just showed you, such as the email templates and the funnel strategy and so on. Now, once you've got an idea that actually makes sense, you're going to turn it into something that people will feel is genuinely valuable without wasting days messing about with formatting or design. And this next AI tool makes this part ridiculously simple. So one of the most reliable lead magnets you can create is a short, focused ebook or PDF guide. The reason they work so well is simple. People see them as substantial and they feel like real value. More so, you want to position it to solve one clear problem for your audience. Now, when it comes to ebooks, Designer helps you create pro-looking ebooks and guides extremely fast. You can start with an outline, a blog post, or even get designers to write the entire text for you. And this handy little AI tool then turns everything into a properly formatted ebook, complete with chapters, headings, and clean styling. In terms of timing, you can usually have something solid created in about an hour. That's provided you already have your content prepared. Once it's done, it then pretty much runs passively as your lead magnet. Okay, so here inside Designer, we've got 2 main options right here, which is to either create ebooks, and you can do that by either importing your own content into Designer, or you can use Designer's AI-powered writing tool to write the entire contents for you. And you also have this option here to create audiobooks, or you can also turn blog posts right here into ebooks, as well as turning YouTube videos and podcasts into ebooks too. Now, just to give you a flavor of how it works, I'll show you the quickest way to create an ebook with Designer. So we're going to select this option right here, where Designer brings you into a setup wizard. So from this option right here, you just select what format you want your book to be published in. Let's go for PDF. And then here, we're going to select what we're going to use as our baseline, i.e. where we're importing our content from. For example, if it's a Google Doc or a Word doc or a YouTube video or blog post. But if you go back a step, let's choose Word Genie, because this will be the fastest way to create your ebook. And then we need to choose a theme for our ebook. Let's say we're going to write a book on dog training. So I'm going to pick a category of pets and then start the project. We then need to tell Designer the topic for our ebook. Let's say puppy training. You select your language, and then on the next step, Designer is going to help you drill down into a sub niche. So let's go for this one, socializing techniques for young dogs. Let's go to next, and then we need to tell Designer about our audience. Let's go for first-time dog owners. Hit next, and now Designer is going to come up with titles for us. You've got 10 to choose from. If you don't like any of these, you can hit the regenerate button. I'm going to go for this one, the social puppy, essential techniques for first-time dog owners. Let's go to next. Then we choose a tone of voice. Now this is really important because this will determine how your ebook actually comes across to the reader. So let's go with enthusiastic, hit next, and now Designer is going to come up with the outline for our book for us. Now here's our proposed outline, and we've got 12 different chapters right here and suggestions on what Designer thinks should be in each chapter, which is pretty handy. Now at this stage, you can make edits to your outline if you want to, or you can change chapters around or delete stuff you don't want. I'm just going to delete a few chapters just for speed. Let's only get Designer to write the first 4 chapters only. And then we have this option right here to get Designer to create images with AI as well and insert them into our ebook. So I'm going to select this, go to the next step, and now it's going to start writing the first draft of our ebook for us. Now this usually takes a few minutes, but as you can see, Designer is starting to write. And if I want to, even before Designer's finished writing, I can actually click in here and start making any edits I want to the content. So I can really speed up the process of creating this ebook. And scrolling through the content right here, we'll get to a section where Designer is suggesting an image. And actually, it's just created these 3 images for us. So if I click on one of these images, we can see a close-up. And this is a pretty decent image. This is created with AI. Or I can toggle along and look at the other images. Quite like that first one. So I'm going to click use this image, and this will now be inserted into my ebook. And then we have another section of images right here. This one doesn't look as realistic in my opinion, so I'm going to select this one instead, and so on. Then we've got one more image right here. Let's insert this image. Now, of course, you can also insert your own images too, so that's not a problem. You can upload them to Designer pretty easily. And then once you're happy with your ebook, you can come up to the top left and click on choose a template, where you've got lots and lots of templates to choose from. but I can also search by category. And here's one with a cheeky looking dog on it. Let's select this one. Let's click use this template. And now Designer brings our ebook into a editor right here. And we can scroll through and make any changes we want to. It's just a matter of clicking on elements you want to change and then shifting things around a bit. So really when you're in here working, it is generally pretty self-explanatory. But after playing around for a little while, it's actually a pretty easy platform to work with. And everything is pretty much fully customizable. So if I did even want to change this cover, I can do so by either uploading my own images, or I can choose an image. For example, I could choose any of these images, like this one right here. And straight away, Designer then brings that into our ebook and changes the cover for us. So pretty simple. Then in the content, I've got all these elements to work with right here. So I can embed more images, embed videos, QR codes, call to action buttons, tables, and I even get WordGenie here to write more content for us to insert into our ebook. And then Designer's AI writing tool, WordGenie, will start writing more content for you. Then once you're happy, you can click insert and insert that into your content. Once your ebook's good to go, you click the publish button down the bottom left, select where you want to publish it. Let's publish it as a PDF, click export, and you're good to go. You can then download this PDF to your computer right here, or you can also open it as a flipbook. This is what the flipbook looks like. So when your subscribers open the flipbook, they'll be able to scroll through the pages and read your content easily from any device. Now, Designer currently has a lifetime deal available, which is $27 one-time payment for lifetime access to the standard plan. And the link to that lifetime deal is in the description below this video. But if you'd like to see a deep dive on this tool, where I take you through a lot more of the features, then you can watch this video. I've also left a link to that video in the description below this video, so it's easy for you to find it. Now, ebooks are great, but not everyone wants to sit down and read a guide. Some people just want something quick they can follow instantly, which brings us to our next lead magnet option. So checklists are actually really underrated, and they can make great lead magnets. People love them because they remove thinking. Instead of learning a concept first, you just follow steps. It makes things feel simple, clear, and achievable. Now, with Venngage, you can actually create checklists with AI. But not just checklists. You can actually use it to create infographics, social media content, proposals, charts, and a few other things. It's a pretty cool tool, and it's got a free plan. So inside Venngage right here, you can create a checklist with AI by coming up to the top left and clicking on this button that says Design AI. Now here we come to a prompt window where we can enter our prompt. So let's stick with the puppy socialization theme. Now I'm asking Venngage here, create a 6-step checklist for puppy socialization. Include the 6 most important key steps new dog owners need to take to socialize their puppy well. Include some graphics related to dogs, and the color scheme is to be light blue and red. I'm going to click generate my design. And now pretty quickly, Venngage comes up with a first rough draft of your design. Now this is not going to be perfect straight out the gate, but usually a few tweaks is all it takes to get this looking pretty nice. So here's the first draft of our checklist. I can click on this continue editing button. Now Venngage brings this checklist into an editor for us, similar to Canva. Now I do personally really like Canva, but the difference here is with Canva, the process is very manual and time consuming to create a checklist. So that's why I prefer Venngage for this particular task. Now, just like Canva actually, editing is really simple, and you can simply make some changes by moving items around, dragging and dropping, changing anything that you want to change. Now it does look a little bit corporate at the moment, but just with a few tweaks, you start to get this looking much nicer and more appropriate for puppy training. And if you want to add any more images, you can come to the left sidebar and you can select on images, either browse from your computer or look through Venngage's image library and find images you like, as well as icons and graphics and all that kind of stuff. For example, I can put this guy in as well, move this over, put him down here, and get your checklist looking exactly how you want it. Then once you're happy, come up to the top right, click download. Now, while Venngage is free to get started, unfortunately, you will need to upgrade to a paid plan to download your design, and pricing starts at $10 per month if you're paying yearly, or $19 per month if you're paying monthly. Now, checklists are great to help your audience get things done, but sometimes people just need to see the big picture, the full path from where they are now to the result they're trying to achieve. And that's where this next lead magnet type becomes really effective. Okay, quick pause here. If you're getting value from this video, please go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. On this channel, I share step-by-step guides on how to simplify the tech side of your business to help you be more productive, how to actually use AI and other smart tools the right way, and how to turn those tools into systems that can potentially bring in more revenue. So if that sounds good to you, then I'd love you to be a subscriber so you don't miss what comes next. So, strategy roadmaps are a great lead magnet to give your audience a full picture of what they want to do. For example, you can give them a clear, structured path that shows them where they are now, where they want to go, and all the steps they need to take in between. Now, this is where Gamma comes in. So Gamma lets you create presentations, social media content, and even websites from scratch. And you can create a roadmap style lead magnet with their presentations feature. So inside Gamma here, you can either create from a template or copy paste your notes from documents, import content from a URL, or you can use their AI to generate your content. Let's choose generate with AI. And with the presentation feature selected right here, I'm going to give my prompt to Gamma and I'm asking it to create a 6-step strategy roadmap titled From 0 to 10 Clients Online. Each step should build logically on the previous one. Keep explanations concise, 2 to 3 sentences per step. Make the progression feel clear and actionable. Include a short intro slide and final recap slide. Then let's click generate the outline. Then in a few seconds, Gamma comes up with our outline right here. And if you want, you can click on any of these cards and add more content or make changes if you need to, or you can also add more steps. Once you're happy with it, you can then scroll down and select the content to be minimal, concise, detailed, or extensive. Let's keep it on concise for this purpose. And then we come to the visuals. So you've got a few templates to choose from right here, or I can click on view more, or I can see lots more templates. There's quite a few nice ones in there to choose from. You've got actually quite a lot of choice right here. So once you've made your choice, we're going to select the theme. And then Gamma gives you the option to add in images. So from this drop down, we can choose either stock images or images that are published on the web, AI generated images, illustrations, or even GIFs. Let's keep it on AI images and see what Gamma comes up with for us. And then we want to choose the style of your images. So if you want it more illustration or photo or abstract, 3D, line art, or you've also got custom here. So with custom, you can give a prompt to tell Gamma what kind of style you want. But just for speed, I'm going to choose illustration. And if you want, you can also add some keywords to further directionalize your images if you want to. So let's say futuristic and stylish and hit generate. And now Gamma will start creating our slides for us, which will effectively be our roadmap. So of course, yes, you can use these as presentations. That's what they are actually intended to be. But this is great for a roadmap too, which gives a really nice visual layout for your audience with step-by-steps of the path they need to take to achieve their goal. So this is awesome. And these slides look really nice. So what this does is it breaks down the journey into clear stages, it structures everything logically, it applies a clean layout and visual hierarchy, and adds a simple to follow progression. Now any of these slides you can edit just by clicking on any part and making any changes you might want to make. Then once you're happy with your presentation, you can download this by coming up to the share button at the top here, then clicking on the export button and choosing the formats. Let's download this as a PDF, and you can now download this to your computer ready to share as your lead magnet. Now let's shift gears a bit. What if your lead magnet didn't need to be read at all, but people could consume it while walking, driving, or doing other things? That's where our next AI tool comes in. So Notebook LM is one of the most overlooked tools for lead magnets right now. Sure, it's first and foremost a research tool, but most people don't realize that you can actually use it to create content and assets, including lead magnets, and it's free. So in Notebook LM here, you can click this button right here to start a new notebook. And then the first thing you need to do is actually upload some sources from which you can then create your content. So these can be your own materials, like your own blog posts, your own videos, PDF documents, or even anything you've got in your Google Drive. But that said, they can also be sources from other people too. So for this example, let's say our niche is tummy toning for new mums after childbirth. Now, of course, I know pretty much nothing about this niche, so I'm going to add some sources from somebody else. I can paste in this article that I found online and also this URL of this video that talks about all the mistakes that new mums should avoid after childbirth when they're trying to tone their tummy. So I'm going to click insert, and now these sources are added to my notebook. So now any questions I ask or any research I do in Notebook LM here, it's only going to take that information from these sources. And likewise, if I create any content, it's only going to be drawn from this information. Now, you can add a load more sources if you want to. This is just a demo for you guys, so I'm just going to keep it at these 2 sources for now. Okay, now with our sources uploaded, if we come to the top right, we will see the Notebook LM Studio, where we've got lots of options such as creating infographics, creating a quiz, mind map, video, and so on. So for this lead magnet idea, we're actually going to create an audio podcast that you can use as a lead magnet. So come to this option right here, audio overview, click on the pencil button. Here you've got 4 different options for the style of your podcast. So we have a deep dive or a brief podcast, a critique or a debate. Let's keep it on deep dive. Choose your language. I'm going to select the length. Let's make it a little bit longer. And now in this box here is where you write your prompt to directionalize Notebook LM on exactly what you want. So I'm asking Notebook LM here, create a discussion style podcast episode titled Tummy Toning for New Mums, Biggest Mistakes to Avoid. Focus specifically on the most common mistakes new mums make when trying to tone their tummy after pregnancy, especially exercise habits or misconceptions that can slow recovery after childbirth. And now Notebook LM will spend a few minutes creating this podcast for us. Okay, now here's our podcast created. So first of all, I'm just going to click play and show you a little sample.
Hello and welcome to this guide on tummy toning for new mums and the biggest mistakes to avoid. You know, if you scroll through social media for more than like 5 minutes after having a baby, you are just instantly bombarded with this one specific narrative.
Oh, yeah.
So there you go. Instead of giving someone a PDF, you can give them something they can listen to, like a mini podcast. This works brilliantly for educational content or anyone whose audience likes to learn while they're on the go. As you saw, setup takes just a few minutes once you've got your source docs ready. Notebook LM then whips up your audio. The voices sound super realistic, and then you can download it by coming to the dots menu right here and clicking on the download option to download that to your computer, ready to be used as your lead magnet. Now, all these are great, but what if your lead magnet didn't need to be downloaded at all? Instead, what if it was an actual tool, like a software tool, that people could use immediately? That's where this last one can really stand out and deliver a lot of value for your audience. Okay, pay close attention to this one because this is probably one of the biggest opportunities out there right now. So with Lovable, you can build anything from simple interactive tools like calculators, generators, and decision helpers to full-blown software apps that people would actually pay you money for. When it comes to lead magnets though, I recommend creating something simple but extremely useful to your audience and gate the access behind an email opt-in. So instead of downloading a file, people get instant value from you the moment they submit their email and log into your app. And that makes your lead magnet feel more like a product than a freebie, which instantly increases perceived value. These work especially well if you're in marketing, business, or finance, or any niche really where a tool can simplify a decision, save people time, or make them more efficient. So for this lead magnet example, let's say we're in the burnout niche and we want to create a simple daily habit tracker for our lead magnet. So in Lovable right here, to get started, it's very easy. All you need to do is tell Lovable what you want with your first prompt. So here I'm going to ask Lovable to create a simple web app called the 7-Day Burnout Reset Tracker. It should feel clean, calming, and minimal. The goal is to help busy professionals rebuild energy through daily habits. So I'll submit this to Lovable, then Lovable will have a think about our prompt, and it may come back and ask us some questions before it starts building. Now, the really important thing here is that as you build your app, you want to build through a series of prompts rather than giving one big prompt all at once. So if you give multiple small prompts and get Lovable to build your app incrementally, you'll get a much better result and much less likely that you'll break your app. Okay, now, so here's our first version of our app. It's looking clean and minimalistic, which is exactly what I asked for. Now, if we click this button, we can see what Lovable has built out for us to start with. So first of all, we've got 3 different habits right here. You can check them off as you go. And if we navigate through the different days, again, there's 3 habits per day. Okay, so quite basic to start with. And we've got this progress bar moving at the top. Now I can get Lovable to build on this app by coming down to the bottom left, going to the prompt box and giving my next prompt. So here I'm asking to up the habits to 5 habits per day, add a progress section and completion chart, and an animated graphic at the top of the screen as habits are completed, showing how many habits were checked off each day out of 5. Add a streak counter that increases when all 5 habits are completed in any day and resets if a day is missed. Display the streak clearly at the top. Also add a confetti animation across the screen if all 5 habits are completed in any given day. Now I'm going to submit this prompt to Lovable, and Lovable will probably take a couple of minutes just to make these changes for us. Okay, so now Lovable has made those changes for us. Let's take a look, and we can see we've got the progress bar in the middle and the streak counter and 5 habits per day. So if I check off these 5 habits for day 1, and then our confetti animation, pretty cool. And the streak counter goes up by 1. If we do the same for day 2, we should get the confetti animation again. There we go. And we can see the progress is increasing on our tracker elements. Pretty nice. Now let's just make one more upgrade to our app. So if I go to Lovable, I'm going to ask to create a gated access page before the tracker loads. Ask for first name and email address to unlock the tracker. Include a short benefit focused headline, simple form, and a start my reset button. After submission, show the dashboard. So I'll give this to Lovable and see what Lovable comes up with for us. Okay, now Lovable's made our changes and we've got this gated access page now, which will make your app seem much more exclusive to your audience. So I'll just have to enter their name right here and an email address, click start my reset to get access. And now you've got this little greeting here, which is pretty nice, and begin your reset button. And there you go, you're now in the app. So depending on complexity, the setup can take a couple of hours, but the payoff is huge because not many creators are actually doing this yet. Plus, if you make your app valuable enough, you could actually turn this into a paid product and sell your app too. Now, if you want to see a deep dive on Lovable, or I show you how to build a premium app that you could actually sell to your audience, then watch this video right here. Or if you want to see how to build a fully functional website with Lovable in about 90 seconds, watch this video right here.